Hi, my name is Nikhil Parekh, and I want to welcome you to this training program on how to use malware to infiltrate victims' machines. I encourage you to take lots of notes, so grab a notebook or a journal so you can have all your notes in one central spot. I will share a little bit about me shortly, but more importantly, what will you get in this program and why am I ideally suited to train you on how to use malware to infiltrate victims' machines. I have been involved in risk management and disaster recovery and business continuity and ethical hacking since 1995. I have helped banking organizations implement risk management and IT security controls within their organization to prevent unauthorized access and unauthorized downtime and basically loss of data due to potential hackers infiltrating their networks. We have looked at password cracking, we've looked at phishing techniques, we've looked at basic hacking technologies out there and how corporations can minimize this type of risk. Now, what will you get in this particular program? In this course, you will learn about malware and Trojans. You'll understand the basics of C and C++. You'll also learn how to use a program called code blocks to create a malware program. These techniques and strategies are for educational purposes only, and I do not advocate anyone using this to do anything malicious to take control of a victim's machine. This exercise has been done in a closed environment with adequate protection, so I have been able to create a ethical hacking environment to make sure to minimize any damage to a wider audience. So you want to use these techniques wisely. You will learn the basics of Apache server and how to use FTP to move the malware onto a server. You will learn how to use reverse shell on a victim's machine and much more in this program. Who is this course for? This course is for anyone wanting to learn more about ethical hacking and how malware and Trojans are used within the hacking community and the techniques and tactics you need to implement to prevent or minimize this type of disruption. It's also for students wishing to learn more about malware and Trojans in a very general sense. Now I'll share a bit more about me and then we'll dive into the program. If you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn as of yet, I strongly advise that you connect with me. If you look through my profile, you will note that I have worked with some amazing people. I've worked with high-profile celebrities featured on the Miss USA, the Miss Universe pageant, The Apprentice, the hit TV show with Donald Trump. I've worked with stars who have been on the ABC network or in the Wall Street Journal, the NBC, the CBS network, even the Fox network. Now, I don't say this to brag, but I say this because none of these deals would have happened if I had not negotiated my way to make these things happen. Now, I've worked with multimillionaires. I've worked with billionaire clients. Now, that doesn't happen by accident. There's certain steps that have to be taken that become the foundation of negotiation. And I will be sharing these secrets with you in this particular program. Here's just one example of an endorsement from a client who I actually helped achieve some of his goals. So if you read this endorsement, he says, Nikhil is a seriously inspiring individual that understands the power of thinking big. When I was much younger, he was a mentor to me and really helped me realize the power of thinking big. That was when I was 15. I started a company called Appster with Mark McDonald when I was 19. 2 years later, we have 110 staff globally and revenue in the multiple 7 figures. Now, if I was able to help someone achieve a goal of getting to build a massive company worth millions of dollars, I am sure I am able to assist you. Just as another example of achieving your dream life, I grew up in a village in South Africa. I was classified as Indian in South Africa. And being Indian, we were not classified as white people. And whites in South Africa at that point had more privileges than Indians or non whites. We were not allowed to eat in certain restaurants because we were non-white. We were not allowed to sit on certain benches because we were not white. We were not allowed to visit restrooms or toilets. We had separate toilets from whites, and non-whites had separate toilets. We had to live in certain areas because we were not white. So Indian people were basically segregated to live in Indian areas, to go to Indian schools. I remember as a child, about 10 years old, going to a clothing store. And at that clothing store, it was, you can buy the clothes, you can pay for the clothes, you can not try the clothes out in the store because you are not white. So it meant that I had to pay for the clothes and take the clothes home, my home being 40 minutes to an hour away from the departmental store. I could try the clothes out at home, and if the clothes didn't fit, I was able to bring the clothes back for a change in size or a refund, but I was not allowed to try the clothes out in the store because I was classified as not white. Now, I don't know what that would do to you, but for me, it instilled a desire and drive to create an ideal life for myself and for my family. We migrated to Australia 25 years ago, and I haven't looked back. I still have fond memories of South Africa and my family and friends back home, but that will always be home. But I will never ever forget the life that I was given because of the state of government at that time. So I made it my lifelong mission to achieve my dream life. And why do I show you this image on the screen? Because this image is the image I have from the balcony of my office. I see this every day. I look out and I see the Harbour Bridge. I see the Centre Point Tower. I see this beautiful view of Sydney City. And I don't know about you, but I was a young kid growing up in South Africa with not many dreams or aspirations at the time. But I made it my lifelong dream to start achieving a dream life. And I've been able to help millionaires and billionaires, and I've helped thousands of people all around the world achieve their dream lives, and I know I can help you achieve yours too.